he accidentally destroyed reality. Now he has to fix it. And somehow, the biggest obstacle standing in his way is still just being Stuart. One quantum device, one shattered multiverse, and a comic book shop owner who never asked to be humanity's last hope. Welcome back, everyone. Today we're breaking down Stuart Fails to Save the Universe, Season 1, Episode 4, titled, Spoiler, Stuart Makes a Wallet. This episode continues the increasingly chaotic multiversal journey of Stuart Bloom, the mild-mannered comic book shop owner whose accidental miscalculation set off a full-blown Armageddon across the multiverse. If there's one thing this show has made clear from its very premise, it's that Stuart is not equipped for this kind of responsibility. And yet here he is, dimension-hopping with a small, unlikely team, trying to undo the damage before reality collapses entirely. Joining him on this journey are his girlfriend Denise, geologist Bert, and quantum physicist Barry Kripke. An eclectic group that, on paper, sounds far better equipped to solve a multiversal crisis than Stuart himself. And yet, true to the show's dark comedy sitcom style, expertise rarely guarantees success here. If anything, having smart people around Stuart often just means there are more witnesses to how badly things can still go wrong. This episode's central goal is deceptively simple. Reach Caltech and repair the broken quantum device responsible for the entire catastrophe. In theory, that's a clear, straightforward objective. In practice, given Stuart's now established reputation for attracting disaster wherever he goes, nothing about this journey is likely to go according to plan. The show has built its comedic identity around a very specific formula, dropping this ragtag group into a new alternate universe each episode, each with its own bizarre internal logic, and watching Stuart's uniquely terrible luck immediately begin unraveling whatever fragile stability that universe might have had. This episode appears to continue that pattern, placing the group into yet another strange reality that stands between them and their ultimate goal of reaching Caltech. What makes this concept work so well comedically is the contrast between the stakes and the tone. On paper, the group is dealing with reality-ending consequences, an actual multiverse collapse triggered by Stuart's mistake. But the show consistently frames these apocalyptic stakes through a lens of everyday awkwardness, bad luck, and sitcom-style mishaps, rather than traditional science fiction drama. That tonal contrast is central to the show's dark comedy appeal, and it's part of what sets this series apart from more conventional multiverse-hopping stories that tend to lean harder into spectacle than character-driven humor. Given the episode's title, Spoiler, Stuart Makes a Wallet, there's a strong comedic implication that whatever grand plan the group sets out with, they end up sidetracked into something far more mundane and absurd. It's a classic structure for this kind of story. High concept, universe-altering stakes, constantly undercut by small, deeply human distractions and failures. The idea that the group's forward progress could be derailed by something as trivial and domestic as wallet-making perfectly captures the show's comedic sensibility, poking fun at the gap between the epic nature of their mission and the smallness of Stuart's actual capabilities. There's also something quietly poignant buried inside that comedic premise. A man tasked with saving all of existence getting distracted by, or reduced to, something as mundane as crafting a wallet says a great deal about who Stuart fundamentally is. He's not a chosen hero in the traditional sense. He's an ordinary, somewhat hapless guy who happened to break the universe, and the show seems determined to keep reminding both Stuart and the audience that his ordinary instincts, the urge to busy himself with small, manageable tasks rather than confront overwhelming responsibility, never fully go away, even in the face of apocalyptic stakes. Throughout the episode, expect to see the established character dynamics continue to shine. Denise likely serves as an emotional anchor amid the chaos, someone whose relationship with Stuart adds heart to the absurdity, and gives the show's more emotional beats somewhere to land amid the surrounding chaos. Bert's geological expertise may prove unexpectedly useful, or humorously useless, depending on the nature of this episode's alternate universe, since geology rarely translates cleanly into solving quantum-level catastrophes, and Barry Kripke's quantum physics knowledge remains critical to any hope of actually repairing the broken device. Assuming the group can even reach it before the next disaster strikes, though his scientific expertise is just as likely to be undercut by circumstances entirely outside his control. As the group inches closer to Caltech, the emotional through line of the season remains clear. This isn't just a race against time to fix a machine. It's about whether Stuart can find a way to take responsibility for a mistake of unimaginable scale, all while being fundamentally unsuited for heroism in almost every conventional sense. That underlying question, can an ordinary, flawed person actually rise to an extraordinary occasion, even briefly, gives the show's episodic chaos a surprisingly grounded emotional core beneath all the multiversal absurdity. Each new universe the group encounters also functions as a kind of dark mirror, reflecting some exaggerated version of reality shaped by different rules, different consequences, and different versions of familiar faces. That structure allows the show to explore fresh comedic territory episode after episode while still keeping its central mission and its central character flaw consistently in focus. It's also worth considering how this episode likely continues to develop the group's internal dynamic as a found family navigating impossible circumstances together. Denise, Bert, and Barry didn't sign up for this life any more than Stuart intended to break reality in the first place, and the show consistently mines humor and heart from the ways these mismatched personalities clash, cooperate, and occasionally undermine one another under pressure. Whether it's Bert's grounded, practical worldview clashing with the increasingly surreal nature of their journey, or Barry's scientific confidence repeatedly colliding with a universe that refuses to follow predictable rules, these character frictions are just as central to the show's comedic engine as Stuart's own misfortune. The show's format also allows for sharp visual and tonal contrasts between universes, and this episode's setting likely continues that tradition, presenting a world with its own strange customs, altered history, or absurd social norms that the group must quickly adapt to without fully understanding the rules. That fish-out-of-water dynamic, repeated with variation each episode, keeps the series feeling fresh, even as its underlying structure remains consistent. A small group racing against time, constantly derailed by forces both cosmic and comically mundane. By the episode's end, expect another universe left in some degree of chaos, another step closer to Caltech, and another reminder that in this show, good intentions rarely translate into smooth execution. Whether or not the group actually makes measurable progress toward repairing the multiverse, one thing seems certain based on the show's established pattern. Stuart's path forward will be anything but simple. There's also a thematic thread worth watching as the season progresses. The tension between Stuart's desire to fix what he broke and his instinct to retreat into small, manageable comforts whenever the pressure becomes too overwhelming. That tug-of-war between responsibility and avoidance is likely to keep surfacing in different forms as the group ventures deeper into stranger and more dangerous universes, and this episode's seemingly minor detour into wallet-making may end up saying more about Stuart's psychological state than any grand speech about saving reality ever could. However this particular universe resolves, one thing seems certain given the show's established rhythm. The road to Caltech, and to actually repairing the broken device, is going to be anything but a straight line. And given how consistently this show has used seemingly small, absurd detours to reveal larger truths about its characters, it wouldn't be surprising if this episode's wallet subplot ends up being far more meaningful to Stuart's ongoing arc than anyone in the group initially realizes, buried as it is beneath layers of dark comedy and multiversal mishap. As the season continues to unfold, expect Stuart's journey to keep balancing that same delicate mixture of genuine emotional stakes and consistently poor decision-making, a combination that has quickly become the defining heartbeat of this show's dark comedic charm. One wrong turn, one bad decision, one ill-timed distraction, and the fate of the entire multiverse could tip even further out of reach. For a show built entirely around the idea that the wrong person accidentally ended up responsible for saving everything, that unpredictability isn't a flaw in the storytelling. It's the entire point, and it's exactly what keeps each new universe feeling genuinely uncertain. Given everything stacked against him, reaching Caltech at all would already count as a small miracle for someone with Stuart's consistently disastrous track record across every universe visited so far. What do you think will happen next? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more updates on Stuart's ongoing, endlessly chaotic quest across the multiverse.